everyone, welcome back Taverners, how are we doing? Welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We've got Scotland versus Morocco. Scotty Botland against the Atlas Lions. The Tartan Army against the Atlas Lions. This one is a fascinating one now because Scotland get the result against Haiti, the first World Cup appearance in 28 years. They get the win that they needed, especially considering they've got Brazil and Morocco still to come in the group stage. Heavy favourites for this one, Morocco, as Brazil will probably be when they play Scotland in the final game in the group. Scotland with a narrow win over Haiti. I do think it was relatively comfortable in the end. They did deserve it. And I think a result tonight for Scotland, a good positive result would be a point, wouldn't it? If they get a point here, it would be a phenomenal result. If they get a win, oh my God, it's incredible. They're probably through as maybe group winners. So, can't really fault it. Well, they might be group winners. Who knows? They've still got to play Brazil final game. But either way, they would be through, wouldn't they? A win is good enough for Scotland to qualify. And that would be astonishing. Great to see Scotland making it through. And I'm hoping they do, to be honest. I'm really rooting for them tonight. We're all Scotland, aren't we? But anyway, Mohamed Ouahbi's Morocco, they are no pushovers. They're absolutely no pushovers. They've got a brilliant side, stellar lineup, front to back. You look at other players that are in there, there's some real quality. And we'll go through the lineups in a minute. You can see them on the right-hand side. Before we get stuck into that, as always, we've got to say a big thank you, a big shout-out, as always, to channel sponsors, Oxford Natural. Oxford Natural continuing to sponsor the Matchday Tavern throughout the FIFA 2026 World Cup with the wonderful Optimum Day and Night supplements and the various other supplements that they have. By the way, some fantastic supplements if you're thinking of starting your health kick, if you're thinking of shedding a few pounds, if you're thinking of getting that summer bod, then go and check out Oxford Natural. The link is in the description. You can go and find out more about the Optimum Day and Night supplements and how Robbie at AFTV, how Michael Owen, Ballon d'Or winner, shed the pounds with Oxford Natural. I'm working on my before and after picture. Maybe you can get you on too if you're looking to shed the pounds for the summer. But again, please do go and show them some love if you get the chance to. There's no quick fix with these things, but people are raving. Oxford Natural, people are raving about the work that they're doing. And yeah, go and check them out. You can scan the QR code on screen right now to go to the link, or the link is in the description as well. You can scan the link, scan the QR code, or go to the link in the description. Find out more about how it all works and whether or not it's a good fit for you. No hard sell, no push from me. I've not been on it for months. I'm not telling you lies here. I promise I've not been on it for months. But I am working on making some positive health decisions, and Oxford Natural certainly will play a big part in that. So, big thank you to them for sponsoring the Matchday Tavern. And with that said, let's get stuck into the live. Here we go. So, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. I don't know who's come back with us after the last game. So, we'll go through the lineups in a mo. Right, chat. Where are you? I need to get the poll up as well. I haven't got a poll up. I mean, this is the interesting one to do it on, because I'd be interested to see what people make of this. What is your prediction for this game? Scotland win. Can the Tartan Army do it? Is it going to be a draw? I mean, that seems to be the most likely outcome based off what I'm hearing from people. A draw, possibly the most likely outcome. Don't think that would be a bad result, would it? Be a very good result for Scotland. Morocco probably a little bit disappointed by a draw, especially after the draw against Brazil in the opening game. There you go. Right, let's get the poll going. People in the chat. Jellyfish, good to see you. Key on the Brazil game. It says the stream starting at 1:45. Match starts at 1:30. Oh, yeah. Well, then we need to change that, don't we? We definitely need to change that. Let me change that now. In fact, I'll change that while we're live now. That's a good point. 1:45 start time. That's no good. Let's get it changed to 1:15, right? Yeah, 1:15 start time. So if this one's 11:45, 12, 12:45. Right, we've not got long, have we, between those games? Right. Who have we got in the chat? Apologies. This charming Dan, good to see you. Rasta, Shell, Oxford fan, Gooners Villains, Scouse, Mr. Al-Shamari. The Scots fans will be extra pish if the day wins, laddie. Good to see you, Rasta. Right, let's get the telly on, because we're only 7 minutes away from kickoff here. Still on BBC One. I'm seeing pictures of Kemi Badenoch for some reason. I don't want to see Kemi Badenoch. I want to see Scotland. Nothing against Kemi Badenoch, if you like Kemi Badenoch, but there you go. Big Will says they need to defend well. Scotland, Ethan. Come on, Scotland. How's it going? Mitchell. Morocco to win. Yep, ITV, Scotland, belting out the national anthem now. Adzi, have you thought about going to Euro 2028 games as it's in the UK? Mate, by Euro 2028, if I'm still living in the UK, then something has gone horribly wrong. I'm probably not going to be in the UK by 2028. I'm hoping I'm not going to be in the UK by 2027, to be honest. But no, I won't be going to those games. I really enjoy going to football matches, but I don't think it's really possible for me anymore, to be honest. It's not possible for me. Not the big games, anyway. I can go to like non-league and stuff like that, but the vast majority of like major tournament games, especially if they're played at night, there's like light shows and everything. It's a total non-starter for me. Sam, I hope you're not on here in 2027. That's harsh, Sam. Don't be like that, mate. I thought we were mates. I thought we were all right, us. I like that training kit of Morocco's. It's a hell of a lineup, isn't it? If you look at the Morocco lineup, they've got some real players in there. We'll go through the Scotland one first. Angus Gunn is in goal. Grant Hanley, Jack Hendry, Kieran Tierney, Nathan Patterson complete the back five. Midfield of Lewis Ferguson, Ryan Christie, John McGinn, Scott McTominay, Andy Robertson, by the way, sorry, at left wing back. And Che Adams, very isolated. Che Adams is only going to be centre forward on his own. I can't really see him. I can't see him doing too much tonight, Che Adams. He's a very, very decent striker, but he's going to be asked to do a lot of work running the channels for no real reward, I imagine, just to keep the centre-backs occupied. For Morocco, it's Yassin Bonu in goal, Ashraf Hakimi, Issa Diop, Chadi Riyad, and Mazraoui at the back. It's Neil El Ainaoui. That's an odd name, isn't it, for a Moroccan centre midfielder? Neil El Ainaoui alongside Ayoub Bouadi. Azadine Unahi in the 10, Brahim Diaz off the right, Bilal El Khanous, former Leicester City winger, is on the left, and Bayern Munich's target centre forward. I don't know if he's already signed for Bayern, has he? Ismail Saibari, done well for PSV, about to sign for Bayern Munich if he's not already. Thank you, 3-star, for getting rid of the spammer. Finners Matty, what are you doing tomorrow? Key. What am I doing tomorrow? Sweden against the Netherlands. It's Netherlands versus Sweden tomorrow. Followed by Germany versus Ivory Coast. Followed by Ecuador, Curacao, possibly. I might do that third one. I'm definitely doing the first two. Vampy, what country are you looking to move to next year? Debatable. Not sure yet. Could be Spain, could be Portugal, could be Italy. We've even looked at Croatia and Greece as well. We've been to Greece. Been to Turkey. Could be a few. Either way, we're not sure yet. But at some point in the next 12 months, yeah, we will not be in the UK. Definitely won't be in the UK. Uzbekistani referees today. We've got a VAR official from Jordan, but the ref and the linesman are all from Uzbekistan. Since when was Diop Moroccan? He changed nationality, didn't he? Issa Diop. I think he was originally... Was he French? I think he was French. Either way, he's changed to Moroccan. Evening all. How's it going, pup? Key to Europe. Here we go. Deal agreed with the Thomas family. Somewhere in Europe, I suppose, to keep similar time zones so you can still stream. I mean, yeah, listen, if I can stream during this World Cup at daft o'clock in the morning, I'm sure I can figure out a way to stream in Greece or Spain or wherever. But, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Derek, I'm absolutely steaming already. Come on, Scotland. The Buckfast is running out. The Buckfast's running low. Cheers, Pete. Noddy, more and more are leaving the UK. Hey, listen, that's it. To each their own, mate. For us, it's just we just want to go and spend a bit of time in the sunshine and see a bit more of the world. That's all it is. It's a lot cheaper out there as well. So it's more to do with that than anything politically motivated. It's just a better way of life. Pup says, got the Steen full of tenants and a bottle of the famous grouse. I'll be doing fine. Bit of Glenfiddich on the go. Buadi masterclass incoming, says Gooners Villains. Gooners will be keeping an eye out on Buadi. Apparently Buadi being heavily linked to Arsenal. Somehow I don't see it. I don't think Buadi will be moving on from Lille anytime soon. He's had a very good World Cup in the opening game against Brazil. Still only very young though, and I think there's clubs that would be hesitant to pay big money for an 18-year-old with very little experience. But here we go. We're about to get underway in this one. It's absolutely packed to the rafters. Gillette Stadium. That's what it's called now, isn't it? Gillette Stadium in New England. Go on the wee thistles. Oh, we're off. There you go. We're in. We're off and underway. 25 seconds in. Mark Lewis, I think Scotland will win 2-1, and I reckon United win the Prem next year. You do. United win the Prem. I saw United have they've just relayed their entire pitch for the first time in 14 years. The last time they relayed their pitch, I believe Manchester United won the Premier League. So if we're talking omens, that might be something to think about. The best the stadium can get. Morocco. I thought Morocco would be in their red kit. Robert Key, can I suggest moving to Malaga? It's absolutely beautiful with a capital B. Love Malaga. Yeah. Believe me, I'd go if I could. That might be a place to look at. Morocco strike 1-0. Is that going to count? Is it going to count? Ismail Saibari, 60 seconds in, and the Scots have got it all to do. It's a lovely ball over the top. Saibari with an absolute rocket past Dan Burn. Past Dan Burn. Past Angus Gunn. Don't know where Dan Burn's gone in net for Scotland all of a sudden. Angus Gunn couldn't stop that one. It's an absolute rocket. The question is whether or not he's onside. Is he on? Yeah, he's miles on. Comfortably on. Comfortably on. don't even know where Dan Burn came from. Did someone say Burn in the chat or something? Dan Burn in net for Scotland. Breaking news. He's changed nationalities at the last minute. It's an absolute screamer, that, from Saibari. He's definitely onside. There's no question at all about that. It's an absolute rocket. Smashes it top corner. Nothing wrong with that. The Oracle has spoken. I told you, Kit. You did, mate. You called it. You called it. Morocco to win. Morocco all the way, fam. Sorry. Finners Matty says, Key, going to get angry at these teams that keep changing their kits and making him get his thumbnail wrong. It's a bit of a guessing game, innit? I thought they'd be in their red kit because they were in the white kit against Brazil, weren't they? Sure. It was a very good goal, though. It was a really, really good finish, that. Nothing wrong with that finish. Has he actually joined Bayern, by the way, Saibari? Yeah, he has. He's officially joined Bayern Munich for 55 million. I saw it was like close to being done, but I wasn't sure if it had been done or not. But yeah, 55 million quid for Saibari. It's looking a bit of a bargain, to be honest. Cheers, Adam. Matthew, home before the postcards. Be a good Kane replacement. I think he'll be an option, because Saibari you can have on the right. He can drift inside. He's a very, very talented player. We saw him with PSV. He scored against Liverpool at Anfield for PSV. Talented player. Bayern always get deals done quick. I mean, I think that's one of them deals that it's workable, isn't it? It's maybe an easy deal to get done because he's a player with big ambitions, and PSV ain't turning down 55 million for any player. Andrew, keep the plane running. Oh, that's so harsh. Listen, come on, you've got to have faith in the Scots. I think the problem is that the Scots have come out tonight with a very clear plan of frustrate, sit deep, try to keep the game tight. They've basically got no attacking outball at all, have they? They've come out with, let's try and make sure we don't concede, and within 60 seconds that plan is absolutely down the drain. And now Scotland have got to come and attack. They've got to go and get themselves forward. John McGinn loses the ball in the final third. Scotland were dreadful versus Haiti, says Rob. This could be a massacre. I mean, it's not a good night. It's not a good performance. Opening 5 minutes so far to go a goal down, and then immediately just kind of have to drop off. And Morocco are dominating possession as well. They can't really get hold of the ball. Scotland. They look rattled. If a second goal comes, I think we might be saying good night quite quickly to Scotland. Oh, that was better from John McGinn. This is what Scotland need. They need to get on the ball a little bit more now. Here's Lewis Ferguson. Again, the pass just isn't good enough, though. Here's John McGinn driving into the area, and Morocco squeezing away. That's fantastic play. Where can you watch the game? ITV. ITV1. Jellyfish, Morocco lost the first match. They need to just slow it down. They need to slow it down and just try and keep possession. A little spell of possession for the next 5 minutes. That's how you get through this game. It's not available for viewers in Scotland, it says for me. ITV is not available for viewers in Scotland. I mean, I'll be astonished if the Scotland game isn't available in Scotland on terrestrial TV. ITVX. It's not on ITVX. I don't think so, anyway. Be on ITV1. It will be on STV in Scotland, says Dylan. Oh, there you go. STV in Scotland. ITV1 in the UK. Che Adams can't quite get it into his feet there. Poor touch. Oh, what a pass that is. What a pass from El Canouse. Unlucky. Straight out on the far side. The old ways, and Rob says it is STV. Oh, thanks, lads. Yeah, there you go. It is on STV. Liam says, Key, what happened to En-Nesyri? Wonder why he didn't get called up. Didn't he have I thought he wasn't it a fitness issue? Wasn't it a fitness issue? I thought he got injured, didn't he, En-Nesyri? He's not had a great season for Fenerbahce anyway, as far as I'm aware. Rob, I wouldn't bother if I was a Scot. Masson, who are you supporting, bro? I'm not supporting anyone really, mate. I'm just enjoying the football. Just loving watching football. We have a chat about different stuff going on, whether it be in this game or just generally in the Premier League. Obviously, the Premier League fixtures got announced. So we're kind of looking forward to the rest of the World Cup, the Premier League season ahead, transfer news that's going on. We just generally have a chit-chat throughout the game. It's only live commentary for me in BBC Scotland. No, it's STV. STV is you need. That's what you need to go on. Apparently it was a fitness issue, Lee, and that's the last I heard. Here's McTominay. He's being shielded by Ouahbi. And it's all the way back to Kieran Tierney. Jack Hendry. Thanks, Shell. Pete says Scott McTominay's song will last longer than Scotland's World Cup. I mean, that guy's absolutely maxed out that song, hasn't he? And he was hoping, I think, that it would become the unofficial Scotland anthem if they made it beyond the group stages. Here we go, Morocco in again. Big chance, must be. Oh, so close. And I tell you what, Scotland are lucky it's not 2-0. Scotland incredibly lucky it's not 2-0. Ryan Christie gave the ball away there. He claimed for a free kick. He never got. And then Morocco down the left-hand side. What a cross that is from Bilal El Canouse. Saibari misses it. And then, who is it at the far post who should have a tap-in? Who is it coming in at the far post there? Bilal El Canouse with the cross. I think it's Brahim Diaz, isn't it? Brahim Diaz probably should finish that off. How is it not 2? How is it not 2-0? Masson says, many English fans want them to do good, but me personally, I hope they do well and get to the knockout stages. Oh, I don't mind. Yeah, I have no problem with Scotland. I've got family up in Scotland, family up in Dumfries, so I'd be delighted if they do. Good luck to them. Football Talk says, oh my days, what is happening to Scotland? Ball in it again, Morocco, big chance. Brahim Diaz couldn't quite get to it. The Scots are scrambling here at the back. They're all at 6s and 7s. Did it again, Morocco. Oh, it's going to be a corner. Goodness gracious me. What is going on? The Scots all over the place here. Thank God I stayed away from this game. Thank God Dan Burn would have scored that one. Yeah, Dan Burn. Get him in there. Ryan Bridgman, other than France and England after the first round of games, I was very impressed with Morocco. It was a good performance, wasn't it? I don't think Brazil, you've got to give a little bit of sort of weight it. Brazil weren't fantastic. I think Brazil were a pretty poor show of themselves. But yeah, Morocco probably deserved to win that game in the end. Finished 1-1 obviously, but they played well. It's not going to be enough beer for the Scots to deal with this performance, says Locke. It's a bad performance so far, yeah. Scotland could quite easily be 2 or 3 down in the opening 10 minutes, and that is in no way an exaggeration. Could end up 6 or 7, this one. I don't even know, says Key. Long time no see. Coventry at home. We've rigged the fixture list. 2 in a row. Here we go. Arsenal fans getting very excited. Robert says, Key, 1 to 10. How much do you think Ezal Zulia would transform Eddie Howe's attack? God. 7. He's a good player. Not sure how much he'd transform it like. Chris Brophy says, Scotland are a goal down to Morocco. Morocco will win the group, but Scotland will come third. I mean, third might be enough for them to make the knockouts. But I think they'd have to... They've obviously got a win. That might just be enough for them to make the knockout rounds. If they can get a point here, or a point against Brazil, then it almost confirms... I think it does all but confirm Scotland would be qualified. Football and stuff says Brighton have made a 45 million bid for Vuskovic from Spurs. I saw that. Yeah, probably the direct replacement for Van Hecke. And maybe it was an informal part of the Van Hecke negotiations that Spurs signed Van Hecke for 50 odd million. Vuskovic goes the other way for 45. It's probably a reasonable deal for both parties, isn't it? Adam says this could get silly. Scotland looks scared. Morocco can smell blood. Why are you disrespecting Dan Burn? I just thought he was in net there for a minute. John McGinn, hat-trick incoming, says Toby. Michael thinks Chelsea are winning the league. And M15 lost some decent pennies today. Now it's going my way. Mate, stay away from it. Stay away from it. I promise you. I did all right in the first 3 or 4 games of the tournament. I actually made some decent... Yeah, did all right. And then all of a sudden, my goodness me. It's just not worth doing. Do you know what the big thing to back in the opening few games was cards. There was loads of cards. All of a sudden, cards seem to have slowed down. So what did I back last night in the Canada versus Qatar game? Under 5 cards in the Canada versus Qatar game. Fucking 2 red cards and about 9 yellows. The old way says Christie once said before he signed for Bournemouth that he was a big fan of Bournemouth and always watched them from Inverness when he was a wee boy in the lower leagues. Nothing to do with the money. Football Talk says, why are they booing Hakimi? Probably something to do with the fact that he's about to be tried for a quite serious offence in France. You don't need to say it in the chat, but he is about to be charged for quite a... not charged. Tried. He's about to face trial for quite a serious offence. Again, important to remember that a trial, an accusation, an allegation does not mean guilt, but he is about to be tried for quite a serious, well, a very serious offence. Not quite a serious offence, a very serious offence. Right, Ryan Arsenal says, very interested in signing Bouadi. Lille wants 60 million quid. I just don't think that's a smart move for him, though. Would he go and start for Arsenal? And if he isn't going to start for Arsenal, then why would he go there? The most important thing, number one, the most important thing you need as an 18-year-old footballer is minutes on the pitch. He isn't going to get minutes on the pitch at Arsenal. Miles Lewis-Skelly can't get minutes on the pitch at Arsenal. So if Miles Lewis-Skelly can't get minutes on the pitch, I don't know why Bouadi would even be a consideration. I backed over 0.5 leg breaks. City of Northville, I've just been picking the ones I feel confident in after a couple of L's. Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really like hedging at the minute. So I've gone with stuff like, for this one, I've stayed completely away from it. Brazil versus Haiti, I've got Brazil first team to score, Brazil first corner, and Brazil to win to 0. Brazil first corner, first team to score, and Brazil to win to 0. If any of them don't drop, I'm done for the World Cup. I don't even know, says, with the fixture released, I think United will be top at Christmas. Because Arsenal are getting a shock loss down the road, but we'll win the league from that position. Oh my God. Rasta says Spurs better not take a page out of Liverpool's book by signing too many players at one time. What history has told you. Desperate as usual, Kay. Honestly, mate, they're not. Listen, Spurs probably need to sign a few players and accept that they're not going to be incredible next season. Cian Finneran, I'd love to sign him, but he wouldn't start at Arsenal. Exactly. So it's a bad move, isn't it? That's why he won't go to Arsenal. Shell, Sozki, you're going to have to see Tomoz, take care of all. No, Shell, don't worry about it. You get yourself to bed and hopefully see you at some point tomorrow for the Netherlands game. Oh, unlucky. Angus Gunn gets a big touch on that one. Nearly 2-0 again. Yeah, take it easy, Shell. You get yourself to bed, lovely. Ryan Christie to be booked. Over 1.5 and 7 corners. I don't think there'll be too many corners in this game. Stayed away from corners on this one. Football and Stuff says it's just what De Zerbi is like. De Zerbi is very demanding. Giving De Zerbi control over our transfers and all was a massive mistake, and Tottenham could be making one. Robert says, key to clear the elephant in the room. Lewis Hall is not leaving. Give it time. Give it time. Seems like an obvious one, that one back to Chelsea. Cucurella going. Lewis Hall to Chelsea. M15, I was thinking Scotland was going to go for it. Listen, I'm sure there will come a phase in the game where Scotland do have a bit of a pop at Morocco. So far, it's been all Morocco. And it's been... I think Scotland would count themselves very lucky to only be 1-0 down. They should probably be 2 or 3. Based off what we've seen and the chances they've had, Morocco could have punted. They could have been and should have been out of sight. Absolutely out of sight. Rasta, anyone who we go for, we can and will get. See, I don't think so, mate. I don't think it's that easy. I think you've got to be able to persuade him with game time. And let's be honest, you're not going to start Bouhaddi. M15, I need to get back in front of my telly. I've just nipped the shop. No worries, man. Well, we've got a corner kick here now. I know you've backed corners, so we have got corners. Hakimi's got one here. The bargain bin recruitment is Brighton and Bournemouth's game. United aren't going to beat them in that. And Football and Stuff says, do you know Nicholas Raskin? Apparently we want him, and we want Michael Svoboda and that guy who scored for Ghana versus Panama. See, that's a very Brighton signing. Yeah, Caleb Yarenki from Nordsjælland, he scored for Ghana against Panama. Yes, I think that is a very Brighton signing. Nico Raskin from Rangers is not a Brighton signing. That's not smart. That's not smart at all. He's not a bad player, but it's not a good signing. Skull says Scotland need to change negative tactics if they want to draw and win. They've got to get Doak on. They definitely need an outball, don't they? Scotland have got no real options in the forward areas. And the trouble is, I think about why Scotland picked the team that they did. They've got a back five with wing backs, and that involves Nathan Patterson and Andy Robertson getting quite high. They've got a lot of midfielders. They're basically playing with 4 centre mids. And you would imagine with a team like that, they would dominate the midfield area. They would absolutely dominate the midfield. That's not what's happening. Morocco have absolutely smashed them in possession. 71% possession. I don't know if you can see the stats coming up here on the right-hand side. 71% possession for Morocco so far. They've had all of the ball, despite Scotland having all of the midfield area. Now we're starting to see a spell of possession for Scotland. 4 Alpha Hearts in defence. I don't think it's a lack of pace that's been the problem for Scotland. Maybe it feels like maybe they're a little bit shook. They're a little bit rattled from that early goal. It's not. It's confidence for Scotland here. Raskin's quality for Rangers, probably their best player. I know, but he's not a Brighton signing. How old is he now, Nico Raskin? He's a good player. He's all right. And again, I think being Rangers' best player is a very, very low bar. He's 25 going on 26. He'll be 26 this season coming. That's not a signing that Brighton make. It's not a Brighton signing, that. Night Joe, take it easy, man. Raskin could be another Matt O'Reilly for us. That's it. It's exactly Matt O'Reilly. That's how I see it. Yellow card for Issa Diop. Scotland have got a free kick opportunity to put the ball in. Fastest goal in World Cup history. That one isn't. No, that's not the fastest goal in World Cup history. Fastest goal in World Cup history is Hakan Şükür for Turkey in the World Cup third place playoff. Turkey against... Who was it? Turkey against... South Korea. I thought it was. 11 seconds. 11 seconds, Hakan Şükür. He's now a cab driver in New York, Hakan Şükür. I think he's a bit of a political... He basically was kind of barred from Turkey. Pete says, I hope Scotland do well, but I love the banter, by the way. Have Newcastle signed Munoz yet? Scotland knock the ball in. Can't quite get to it. The old ways. This is my massive gripe with Steve Clarke. He always has to play Tierney and Robertson if they're fit. He'll 100% play both. He's even put Tierney at right back. Is that not just trying to get as many of your good players on the pitch, as many of them as you possibly can? Oh, Pep's there. Pep's watching this one. Former Manchester City midfielder. I don't know why I'm saying midfielder. The Ducky says 2-1 Scotland. Rob, is he the fastest cab driver? He might be. He might well be. I just know that he's a cab driver in New York now. He was once... Scores the fastest World Cup goal in history. Barely 20-odd years ago as well. A Turkish legend, Galatasaray legend, now a cab driver at the World Cup. That's what I mean, yeah. Imagine getting into the cab and hearing the driver go, yeah, it's like the London cabbies who just bullshit you all the way around. Yeah, mate, I once scored the fastest goal in a World Cup final, yeah. Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. Scal says Brian Robson, 27 seconds in the 82 World Cup. It's not quite 11 seconds, is it? How many times do you think he's told his stories to his passengers? Probably a fair few. And I imagine there's quite a few who've not believed him. You from Essex, Key? That was my best Towie accent. Another hydration break here. What a finish that was from Saibari, by the way. Graham Addison, Iron Brew, made in Scotland from girders. Mark Lewis, who's your favourite World Cup player? Mine is Ronaldo. My favourite World Cup player? Do you know what? I would say my favourite World Cup player was at the 2002 World Cup. I'd probably say his name was Kalidou Fadiga. I don't know if you remember. Kalidou Fadiga, he ended up going playing for Bolton. I think he had a spell at Inter Milan. Oh, he was unreal in 2002. I always liked watching him. Callum, Everton play Crystal Palace at Hill Dickinson first. Oh, you'll be Pierre Sage's debut then. Cheers for the follow, Tyler. If you're watching, give us a follow. I'll give you a shout out. Scout says Morocco could go far. Raul Rangel for me. Shahid says Graham Young at heart though. Scotland suddenly liking the breaks to be able to sort their heads out. I mean, in fairness, That is exactly what we've seen with the hydration breaks throughout the tournament. It's disrupted the rhythm of the game. The rhythm of the game prior to this has largely been Morocco in the ascendancy. You would imagine that would mean Scotland maybe get a chance to turn things around a little bit now. Mark, I support United, but I don't think they beat Hull. You'd be in the minority there, mate. I think if United don't beat Hull, that's a real problem. 3-star says, I think being the fastest cab driver is a requirement in New York if you want to hold on to your takings. Do Newcastle stand a chance with Liverpool at home? Of course you do, Robert, yeah. Of course you do. 19 games you've not beat Liverpool in. It's nearly 10 years since Newcastle last beat Liverpool. Charmy says, Key, can you name the only player to play in 3 consecutive World Cup finals? Ooh, the only player to play in 3 consecutive World Cup finals. Now, there is a question. It's got to be a Brazilian, and it's got to be... Oh, I mean, Ronaldo... Did Ronaldo play in 94? He certainly played in 98 and 2000... Well, did he? He did. He came on, didn't he, in 98? Didn't start the game. Or did he start the game in the end? I can't remember. I can't remember if he actually started it. He was. They got the team news and he wasn't on the team sheet, and then he was in it, and then either way, I think it might be Ronaldo. Is it Ronaldo? 94, 98, 2002 was all Brazil, wasn't it? They won against Italy on pens, Baggio missing the pen. 98, they obviously lost against France and Zidane, Petit. And then 2002, they beat Germany when Ronaldo scored a couple of absolute worldies. Fullback Ziriberto, Cafu. Again, I don't know if Cafu played in... Did Cafu play in all 3 of them? I don't even know. Says, I've not been doing well recently. Massive headaches. Only thing helping me is taking those weak paracetamol. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Well, hey, look after yourself. The best thing I would say with headaches, I mean, again, it depends what it is that's causing the headaches, but try and stay off your phone. Limit yourself from blue lights. You know, because sometimes you get headaches when you've got, like, eye strain and stuff like that. Stay hydrated, lots of water. Just lots of rest as well. Try and get yourself to bed a fair bit. Cafu, 94 to 02. I think Ronaldo, yeah, I think it might well be, because Ronaldo, I don't think he played in the 94 final. He was in the team, he was in the squad, but I don't think he ever actually came on in it. It's a good question, that. Cafu. Yeah, Cafu. Good shout. Charming Dan, it's hilarious that it's Newcastle have Liverpool first game. I hope Munoz is playing. Munoz and Isaac. Ian says, most headaches are a lack of sodium. Get some salt in your system. There you go. Get some salt in your system. Was he in 06 to make it 4? No, 06 was France versus Italy, wasn't it? When Cannavaro lifted it. Zidane with the headbutt on Materazzi. That was 06. So yeah, no Brazil in the 06 final. Adam says there's 14 players in the Moroccan team not born in Morocco. Yeah, I mean, this... If I'm dead honest, it is that type of stuff it makes the World Cup a lot less appealing. It's basically a recruitment drive. The country's FAs just recruit players. If your grandma was in a certain country or you stayed in a certain country for 5 years... You can play for him. Look at Qatar. Qatar have got players like Lucas Mendes, starting for him. been recruited because he wasn't quite good enough to play for Brazil. And you get a lot of that. Stephen says, why hasn't Adams been playing? He is playing. He's just not really getting the ball. Half a teaspoon of salt in a glass of water. I can't really neck that. Can't neck that. But I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I hope you're feeling better anyway. This charming dance is Blanco for me. Those bunny hops were memorable. Or maybe Carlos Valderrama for the hair. Do you remember Alexi Lalas in '94? He had a big ginger, pointy, triangular, like wizard beard. Like a proper Gandalf beard. Dumbledore beard. And it was bright ginger. That's why I've not been up for the late kickoffs. I'm going to try for tonight. If it gets too much, I'm going to go to sleep. Just after a pint of sodium water. Yeah, hey, listen, mate. See how you feel. To be honest, I'm going to do the same. I'm staying up for Scotland, Morocco. I have got Brazil, Haiti scheduled, but I've said I'm going to see how I feel. I might not do Brazil, Haiti if I'm feeling a bit funny, a bit twitchy by the end of this one. I'm going to give it a miss. Lexi Lalas and Kobe Jones, yeah. And Eric... Was his name Eric Wijnaldum? Pete says Munoz, Isaac, and anybody else they want to buy, but we fancy. Ekatike if he can get himself back fit. Faris, how many English players in the England squad? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Again, there's players like Declan Rice who played for Ireland all the way through and then conveniently switched when it became immediately obvious that Ireland probably don't play an awful lot in the World Cups. And he was going to be quite good as a player. Stephen, what time is it for you? It's currently 25 to midnight here in the UK. Ball pulled back. Chance for Morocco again. Cleared away. Good defending by Scotland. Richard Kennedy, Valderrama had the best hair. He had the best hair. Yeah, it was a good block, that. That was better. Remember Jorginho Wijnaldum? Course, fabulous player. Bring Ollie McBurney for long ball football if they were going to play like this. You look at the Scotland bench. This is the problem for Scotland. You look at the bench, and I think they've got Ross Stewart, who... You know, he's a decent player for Southampton. Ross Stewart will run the channels for you. Not the fastest, but Ross Stewart's okay. Lawrence Shankland, again, he's a big, tall lad. Played really well for Hearts last year, but he's not really he's a target man more than anything. There's not a huge amount of quality. You know, George Hurst as well. For Ipswich, again, he had a decent year last year. Not brilliant, 11 goals in 42 appearances for Ipswich. Again, a player that will run the channels for you, but he doesn't have a huge amount of... Oh, this is brilliant. Morocco should be. What is that? That's an absolutely dreadful miss. That is an absolutely shocking miss. Steve Clarke screaming at the referee saying he wants a foul. I tell you what. McTominay gets brought down there. Referee says play on. Ball gets played over to the left-hand side. And I think is it Neil El Ainaoui? I think it is. It's El Ainaoui. And he just gets underneath the ball and skies it. Ian, I'm hoping Newcastle bid and agree terms with Diamond soon. We'll get it sorted in 24 hours. Andy says Declan Rice was born in England. Yeah. Well... He still played for Ireland all the way through, didn't he? Jellyfish says Steve Bruce was once asked to play for Ireland in '94 by Jack Charlton because he has an Irish mother. I know, and it was Alex Ferguson who stopped him playing for him. Graham, Valderrama looked like someone off that TV programme, The Herbert Bunch. Ross Stewart's a free agent now, isn't he? Is he really? He played for Southampton last year anyway. Kieran, how's the game been, mate? Not had the chance to watch it tonight. I mean, I don't know if you watched the earlier game. USA beat Australia 2-0. Australia scored an own goal after about 10 minutes. And then USA basically dominated the rest of the game. Wasn't a huge amount of chances in that one. The fullback scored late in the first half to make it 2-0. The second half was a bit of a non-event, really. Wasn't a huge amount of chances in it. Nothing really to write home about. This one, within 60 seconds, Morocco have scored. And, you know, it's been basically one-way traffic. Here's Hakimi down the right-hand side. Lots and lots of chances for Morocco. Could have been, and probably should have been 2 or 3 up. They're dancing through the fullbacks here. Great ball. Brahim Diaz. Got to get the final pass right. Mazraoui. Valderrama looked like Tina Turner with a moustache. Thomas, will you be watching the Brazil game, Key? Up to now, mate, yes. Yeah. I'm going to try to. This charming Dan says, with the beard, Alexi Lalas was the most Scottish-looking American you'll ever see. Looked like he should have been in a band with Billy Connolly. Love Billy Connolly. The big yin. Mexico and the United States, the first to be confirmed to be going to the round of 32. Football and soccer. Brought to you by Gatorade. Aladdin Al-Bashir says Morocco are so good. They've been very, very good in the opening 40 minutes here, for sure. No doubt about it. They've been the better side. Probably should be further in front. The old way says McCoist bingo. And by the way, and what a player he is, by the way. I'll tell you this for nothing. Absolutely brilliant. It's that AC/DC, man. That Hills Bales. So the guitar comes in here, it's Hills Bales. That's absolutely brilliant. AC/DC, man. Here we go. Long ball over to the far post. Can the Scots get back in this? It's going to be a corner, I think. Is it a corner? Yeah, great play. I think Mazraoui got the goal kick there. Well done. Gatorade. He was offside. I think they've given the offside there rather than the goal kick. Watch this, Flitch. Just this wee touch. There. Let's have a bit of McCoy's bingo. Why not? That's absolutely sensational. I've heard a fan causes headaches, but it's too bloody hot. Oh, best investment you can make in this weather. A fan. Especially if you can get one of them where you can put ice in it as well. You can get some good ones, like cheap ones off TikTok and Amazon where you just put a bit of ice in the bottom of it and it just cools the whole room down. Scuba, you sound like Taggart Key. You mean I don't sound exactly like Ali McCoist? How dare you? He was a wonderful player, as well as a fantastic commentator. He's a wonderful player, Ali McCoist. By the way, some player, by the way. Great run, excellent defending that from Scott McTominay. And now on the counter, here's Ryan Christie. He's only got Che Adams ahead of him. He's already isolated, and already he's lost the ball. Just running down blind alleys, these Scottish players. Forever just running and running and running down corridors where they're just not going to be able to find other Scottish players. There's so few players in the Morocco half, so few blue shirts. They've got to find a way to get some more bodies around Che Adams. There's just no way Scotland get back into this otherwise. Clips Market, why is Hakimi being booed? Because he is about to face trial for a very, very serious crime in France. You don't need to type the crime into the chat. If you could avoid doing that, that'd be very helpful. But yeah, the Hakimi is about to be trialled in France for a very serious crime. You might have seen the news earlier today, confirmed that he is going to be facing trial for similar to Thomas Partey. We'll just say that. I don't even know, says people. What's more likely? McCoy saying absolutely brilliant, or Gary Neville saying, oh! Waterboy's the best Adam Sandler film going. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of great Adam Sandler films. Waterboy, Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison was brilliant as well. Billy Madison's an underrated Adam Sandler film. Some great Adam Sandler. Click as well. If you don't cry to Click, as far as I'm concerned, you're an absolute robot. Broke my heart, Click. Sometimes I think Ali McCoist is the most neutral commentator. He celebrates every goal. Big Daddy. Yeah, Big Daddy's another one. Not a big fan of Grown Ups. Is it as bad as Diddy Party? I've no idea, mate. I've no idea. All I know is that he's been accused and he is to face trial for a very serious crime. Again, it's only... Trial does not mean guilty, but he will face trial. So I think maybe the boos are premature, maybe they're not. I don't know. None of us do. The Longest Yard. Again, not a massive fan of The Longest Yard. Stephen, what do you guys think about the Turkey game? Yeah, Turkey-Paraguay. 4 a.m. kickoff, that one. I'm not going to be watching... Well, I might I watch it? I might watch it. I'm not streaming it. I'm not doing a live watch-along for Turkey-Paraguay. I am doing a watch-along for Brazil-Haiti up to now. I'm not going to do a watch-along for Turkey-Paraguay. Chimey, I didn't cry to Click Key, you're just too soft. Or you have an absolute stone heart, Chimey. Maybe it's that. Paul whipped in. It might be that I'm soft. I am. Quite frankly, I am soft. I am definitely soft when it comes to films. I'll sob my heart out at Ghost and... What else have I cried at? Green Mile. If you don't cry at the Green Mile, don't think there's a lot down for you. But definitely Ghost. If you don't cry at the end of Ghost when he's, when the ghosts are coming for him, note down for you. You probably cried when Mufasa died. I've never seen Lion King. I've never seen Lion... I actually have... I tell a lie. I've only ever seen Lion King, the live stage show. I saw that when I went to New York with my... Before I met my lovely wife. I went to New York with a girl that I was seeing at the time. And we went to the Minkoff Theatre, which is just off Times Square, and we went and watched The Lion King on Broadway. That's the only time I'd ever seen The Lion King. I've never seen it. Should get big with Rabsy Nesbitt on commentary. Get everyone scratching their heads. Rabsy Nesbitt. I love Rabsy Nesbitt. Ben says need to get Hanley off at half-time. Not even just the goal. He's just looked a bag of nerves. I've never really been a huge fan of Grant Hanley. I think Hendry's not been brilliant either, to be honest. I think Gannon Doak's got to come on. Hickey might be worth getting on. To be honest, I'd maybe be tempted to get Scott McKenna on. Scott McKenna's been a bit of a journeyman across Europe, and he's played. I remember he was at Las Palmas, wasn't he? Not that long ago. Ben, Ghost, what a film. Definitely cry every time. This is it. City of Northville. I cried during the pottery making Ghost. I like the old Ghost in the subway. Oh yeah, get off my train. Passed away very shortly after that filming. Here we go. Scotland chance. Varpulse, big chance. Oh, scuffed it wide. Andy Robertson with a ball in from the left. It was a decent ball in, but maybe a little bit too much on it. And Scott McTominay was maybe just too far back to throw himself at it. John McGinn in the end gets it back stick and a bit too much on it. Yeah, McTominay was lingering edge of the box. It's exactly where you want him though, isn't it? Kind of diving in the 6-yard box. Shahid, great film, Football Factory, Danny Dyer and the Turkish actor, forget his name. What's his name now? Hassan. Oh, that's going to do me head in that now. Tamer Hassan. Tamer Hassan, that's what it is. I didn't even need to Google it. Tamer Hassan. The old way says, this Morocco team looks good, by the way. Quick, fit, attacking. Could be another semi-finals again. They've got enough. They've definitely got the quality, haven't they? There's no doubt they've got the quality. Long throw into the box. Morocco clear it away. Too easy, that. This charming dancer says, Ross Stewart would be worth bringing on. He's good at holding the ball up and bringing others into play. That's if he's fully fit. Shame he's been so unlucky with injuries. Yeah, there's definitely some players on the bench that Scotland could utilise. I think the obvious one is Gannon Doak, isn't it? I refuse to watch Marley and me. Yeah, no, do you know what? I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. I already know the ending to Marley and me. I don't want to watch it. I've no desire to watch it. Absolutely not. No, it wasn't a pen. Wasn't a pen. The old ways, I dare not look over at my wife like a T-Rex. She can't see me if I stay still. Her vision's based on movement. That's the ghost who teaches Patrick Swayze on the train. Yes, that's him. 3-star I cried when I went to see The Lion King after the cashier said how much the tickets cost. Yeah. It's a good show though, isn't it? It's a really good show. Hatchie is another film that nobody should watch. It's heartbreaking. Be honest, mate, I don't need to watch films to cry anymore. I cry watching TikToks and stuff. There was a TikTok the other day. Some fella goes round like Ghana and places like that and frees dogs. There's dogs who are in like cages and they've got their legs tied behind them and stuff, and he goes and frees them. He goes and frees them and pays money to whoever, because they're obviously going to use them for eating them, but they treat them awfully. Treat them absolutely awfully. And this fella goes and like buys like 9 dogs all at once and then takes them to a shelter and looks after them. Still game's so funny. Watch a pot of piss, Sheen. It's so funny. I don't even know. I cried watching the ending of Friends 12 times. Good grief. Good grief. See, I like Friends, but I didn't cry at the ending. I think I might have cried at some point in Friends. Maybe there was an episode that I did. The opening 20 minutes of Saving Private Ryan on the beach at Normandy. What's the medic called in Saving Private Ryan? When he says, I think I could use a little more morphine. It's awful, isn't it? I don't know why I'm laughing. That's just obviously me trying to get through it, because everyone cries at that scene. Can't believe you're one of them, Key. Soft heart. I am. I absolutely am. Proper soft arse. Ben, I was watching one about beagles before. It's heartbreaking. Oh well, hey, listen, we've ended the first half talking about films. It is half time. Scotland 0, Morocco 1. I mean, what can we say about that? Scotland probably need to do a whole lot better at getting on the ball and controlling the possession of the game. The counter-attack is evidently where Morocco are going to hurt Scotland now. They're going to try and sit off and pick Scotland off on the counter-attack, and they will get more chances. There's no doubt about that at all. They can't keep playing like this, Scotland. Steve Clarke's got to do something. Has to do something. Absolutely has to. Okay. Is the halftime quiz. If you've just joined us, by the way, we do a halftime quiz every single game. We're live every single day throughout the World Cup. I'm going to be live for Brazil-Haiti after this, all being well. But yes, we always do a halftime quiz, and the halftime quiz today is... There you go. 17 Scottish players have scored 20 or more Premier League goals. In the history of the Premier League, there have been 17 Scottish players who have scored 20 or more goals. I'm talking in total, in their entire Premier League career, 17 players have scored 20 or more Premier League goals. Not in a single season, I'm just talking in their career. Can you name those 17 Scottish players? Stephen Fletcher. Stephen Fletcher is correct. Stephen Fletcher has got... Actually, no, not Stephen Fletcher. Stephen Fletcher has got... Stephen Fletcher's got barely any. He's not even in the top 20. John McGinn, Naismith. Yeah, John McGinn has got 22. Stephen Naismith has got 20. Big Duncan, Che Adams. Yeah, Che Adams has got 25. Duncan Ferguson has got 68. Brian McClure, believe it or not, no, not Brian McClure, but Darren Fletcher has, as has Don Hutchinson. Excellent. Gary McAllister, yes, Gary McAllister has. Scott McTominay, no, Scott McTominay's got 19 Premier League goals. Not Ali McCoist, no, he only ever played briefly in the Prem, Ali McCoist. I think he played for Sunderland very briefly, and I think it was before the Prem started, actually, wasn't it? So far, you have got... Stephen Naismith, John McGinn, Darren Fletcher, Che Adams, Don Hutchinson, Gary McAllister, Stephen Fletcher, sorry, I apologise, Stephen Fletcher is there, and Duncan Ferguson, yes. Not Ross Stewart, no. Yeah, apologies for the Varcher. Yeah, I don't know why. It's because I was looking for Darren Fletcher. Darren Fletcher is there, but I couldn't see Stephen Fletcher. It's because he was he's the third highest goal scorer in the Premier League for history. Does Andy Robertson creep in? He does not, believe it or not. No, Andy Robertson doesn't have 20 Premier League goals. There's a couple of centre-backs in there. Couple of long-standing centre-backs, or defenders, let's say. I don't even... Snoddy, yes. Robert Snodgrass is there. Robert Snodgrass is... he got 26 Premier League goals. Not Kenny Dalglish, no. Not Dave Weir either. No, not Dave Weir. A League Cup winning captain, believe it or not. Not Colin Hendry. Colin Hendry never got 20 Premier League goals. Stephen Naismith, you've got. Spencer, yes. Spencer is correct. Former Chelsea centre-forward John Spencer. Charlie Adam, yeah. Charlie Adam is correct. Charlie Adam has got... How many? 34 Premier League goals across his time at Blackpool, Stoke... and unfortunately Liverpool. Very popular centre-forward that no one's got. I'm astonished that we've not seen anyone name a couple of particular good centre-forwards. Admittedly, they're from the late 90s and early noughties. One of which is a Premier League title winner. There's a League Cup winning captain. Not Alex Ray. Paul Dickov, there you go, Man City legend Paul Dickov, he's there, yeah. Paul Dickov got 36 Premier League goals. There's not enough, really, there, is there? For you look at it and you think he was such a good player. Yeah, so you've got James McFadden. You've basically got them all now. James McFadden is 17th. 16th is Stephen Naismith. John McGinn is 15th. Then it's Matt Elliott, former Leicester centre-back, captain Matt Elliott. He got 22. Darren Fletcher's next. James MacArthur. I remember James MacArthur of Wigan. Crystal Palace, he got 23. Then it's Che Adams, Robert Snodgrass. James Morrison of West Brom. Spent a long, long time at West Brom, James Morrison. Yeah, Adam got him. Charlie Adam, Paul Dickov, John Spencer, Don Hutchinson, Gary McAllister, Stephen Fletcher is number 3. Number 1 is Duncan Ferguson. And number 2 that nobody got, Kevin Gallagher, former Blackburn centre-forward. Kevin Gallagher. Played for Newcastle briefly as well. 56 goals in 198 appearances in the Premier League. That was it. You got it. Dirty Leeds got it. Pete, as a Liverpool fan, how could I forget Charlie Adam? Well, there you go. That's your half-time quiz, folks. Sorry, it was only a quick one. But there you go. You've got a half-time quiz at least. Thought Gallagher was Irish for some reason. No, he was very much Scottish. Played, funnily enough, against Brazil in the 98 World Cup. I remember it vividly. France, 98. Scotland v Brazil. Kevin Gallagher. I think didn't he score a penalty? No, John Hendry took the penalty. He might have. He definitely played anyway. He definitely played in that game. Sorry, Jelly, I didn't see it, mate. A blessed Juneteenth. Blessed Juneteenth to you too, Rasta. Key, where do you think Liverpool finish next season? Honestly, mate, I don't think anyone can predict that league now, with still a full summer to go and all the signings that need to be made. It's just impossible to give any sort of reasoned prediction. I would say I'd be happy enough with us finishing 4th. Yeah, I'd be delighted if we just finished 4th again. 4th or 5th. I think that's enough for me. I don't even know. See you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy, mate. Hope you feel better. 9-9-16-16. Scotland or Morocco? I think Morocco are going to win it. I do think Scotland are going to, unfortunately, falter tonight. Will 98 World Cup? I wasn't born, Key. I was a year later. Got to do better. Champions League is a decent season under Andoni's first season. I would say so. I think we've got to learn lessons from Arne Slot. Key, you heard we are signing Julian Brandt. Leeds are getting Brandt. That's not a bad signing. Yeah, that's not a bad signing at all. Rasta, Slot left the plot now, Key. No worries, you're Liverpool are in better hands now. No, mate, it wasn't anything to do with Slot. I fervently deny that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it was, but I don't think it was. I think it was entirely to do with the players that we had on the pitch, and there's a whole bunch of them who just aren't very good. Free signing. It's not a bad signing, that, yet. Julian Brandt to Leeds. Should be good. Anyone going to watch this mental England drama TV show? Players look like bad wax models. I haven't. I've stayed away from it. I have seen Gareth Southgate's not a bad cast. He's played by the guy who was the Monsignor, the priest in American Horror Story, in series 2 of the American Horror Story, I think it was, wasn't it? He's brilliant as Gareth Southgate, but other than that, ZQXV, you happy with the fixtures, Key? I mean, you've got to play them all at some point, haven't you, mate? Whenever the fixtures come out, I always just like, they're great, they're all right. It just means the season's getting a little bit closer. I work for the Athletic. You heard it here first. Good lad. Brant to Leeds. Iriola's a better choice, Key. I don't know how you can deduce that, mate. I don't know how you can get to that point. Arne Slot is a Premier League title winner. Iriola is just not. He's got the worst set-piece record in the entire league. He goes on long, long runs where he doesn't win games of football. Very good manager. But as is Arne Slot. And I don't think Arne Slot was the problem. 4-1 win against Newcastle opening day. Isak hat-trick. And Muno's debut goal, calling it. Football Analyst Show. Thought I'd drop in real quick to tell everyone I've just got home after a long recovery in the hospital. That's brilliant, mate. Thank you for telling us that. Thanks for coming back in and letting us know. Really appreciate that. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. I'll join in at some point in the next few days, Key. Bring on the World Cup. Good lad. Yes, Joe. Brilliant news. Fantastic. And make sure you're well rested. Look after yourself, mate. And we'll be here for you in a few days or whenever, a few weeks when you decide you're ready and you're able to come back in. But look after yourself, mate. Rasta, you get what the gaffer wants or needs and Liverpool will be good. I mean, that was the same with Slot though, wasn't it, mate? If you don't get the manager what he needs or wants, then the manager, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing with us. It's the same thing with us now. The team's the problem, not the manager. We've got a wee rough one in January, home to Newcastle, away to City, home to Liverpool. That's a sore one. You've got to play them all twice. That's it. Doesn't matter when you play them, you've got to play them all twice. And you know what? The crazy thing is, they all start in different ways. Some teams start really strongly. Some teams takes a while to get going. It's really not worth agonising or predicting, because you just can't. Until the season gets going and teams have played 4 or 5 games, then you can kind of start to see patterns. But some teams start really, really poorly. Even when you look at the fixtures and think they've absolutely nailed it. Dirty Lead says, Key, can you see Scotland getting back in this, mate? Honestly, no. No. I don't think Scotland have got enough in them to bring on. I think Steve Clarke needs to make changes at half time, and I don't think he will. I think we've seen enough in this first half from Scotland that you would look at that and think Doak is a really obvious one because he brings pace and he's a direct runner, and he will have a go at Mazraoui on that left hand side. Mazraoui, I think, is there to be got at. Not only is Mazraoui there to be got at, he's also got Chadi Riyad, who's quite inexperienced, to be honest, on the inside of him. So Doak has got an option to really run at the full-back and the inside centre-back and start to cause some problems for Scotland. Doak is an absolute certainty to come on at some point. I would make that change now. I would make that change at half-time and get him on and start the changes early. I would even consider maybe bringing on someone like Findlay Curtis, who's had a really good season for Rangers. He's at Rangers. He was at Kilmarnock, wasn't he, on loan? But Findlay Curtis is someone that I think could come on and create something. So I'd maybe be tempted to take someone like Tierney off. Take a full-back off that you don't need. He's playing with 2 left-backs. I'd take Tierney off. I'd put maybe Findlay Curtis on. I'd take... do you know what? I'd be tempted to take Nathan Patterson off. Maybe take Nathan Patterson off and either put Tierney on the other side, or you're going to have to take one of the one of the midfielders off. Take Ryan Christie off or take Lewis Ferguson off and go for it. Really go for it. Landon Bradley, good evening, Key. I'm over in Foxborough as I will be attending England's game v Ghana and many, many more. Landon, great to see you, mate. That's lovely. Look forward to to hearing back from you. Come back in and let us know what you thought of the game. Anyone trying to predict the Prem right now is insane. It's not worth even attempting it right now. We'll all still have hope. No point depressing ourselves about it too early. Yeah, listen, every single team has got a load of players they're going to sign. There's a lot of players who are going to leave. Managers might still change before the start of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of changes going on. And yeah, it remains to be seen. You can't really predict a whole lot yet. Bring on Stewart as well. Maybe Ross Stewart. Maybe Shankland. There definitely needs to be changes. And from what we're seeing, there are no changes. No changes at all here. How long are we giving it before Steve Clarke tries to get Big Dunk and Ali McCoist on? I mean, Big Dunk... Christ, I think Big Dunk could get sent off with inside 10 minutes here. Dirty Leeds, they look very nervous, but defo Doak could open them up. Do you think Wrexham's Hollywood owners can sustain the spending if they don't go up this season? One would hope. They're a good club, Wrexham. I'd like them to sustain it and go for it. Why not? Ian, I thought he would have brought Doak on. Me too, mate. Yeah, I thought there would have been changes. Sadly, no. No changes at all for Scotland. Landon says Chelsea to win the league next season. No Europe. Arsenal will be stressed, trying to get their Champions League over the line with their dodgy and now finally illegal style. Oh, we're going to get on swimmingly, us, Landon. We think along the same lines. Funnily enough, I said Chelsea would do quite well this season as well. I think you're right. I think the no Europe factor will be big. Not sure Chelsea to win the league. I don't know if I agree with you to that extent. But I think they'll do very well, and I fully expect Chelsea will be back amongst the Champions League places this season. No Europe is such a big factor. And I think we'll see that with Man United, by the way. Man United got the Champions League, for me, largely based on the fact that they didn't have that many games to play. If you're playing 20-25% fewer games than your rivals, in some cases, then that's a very, very big drop off. And I think Man United will, with extra games, maybe struggle. So we'll see. We shall see. Here we go. Kieran Tierney to launch this one in from the left-hand side. Lots of long balls coming in. Dirty Leeds, it's all about levels, and when you get players like Grant Hanley playing, etc. Not fans of Grant Hanley, are you, Scotland fans? Good flick on near post. Back out to Tierney. You can already see the direction of travel for this game. Scotland are just going to be pumping it long into the box as often as they can. Just in the door and provoking everyone. I love it. I love it. Let them know you're here. Great run. Penalty. Claim for the penalty. Has he give it? Oh, he's give a goal kick. McTominay surrounding the referee. Massive claim for the penalty. Andy Robertson tells them all to leave the ref alone. I tell you what. And McGinn. Oh, hey, that's a pen for me. That's a penalty. Gets none of the ball, all of the man. That is a penalty every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. That has to be a pen. That has to be a penalty kick, and Scotland should be level. If he doesn't give this as a penalty, there's nothing down for VAR. If that's not a penalty, I don't know what is. There has to be a check on this. I'm sorry, this is crazy. This is crazy. Go and have a look at it, ref. Go and have a look at it, ref. Oh, play on. Play on. Oh my God. Oh, wait. Oh, there might be a check. There might be a longer check here. No, it is. It is off and underway. My God, how is that not a pen? Why is that not a pen? He's literally cuts across him. He gets none of the ball and he cuts across him. How is that not a pen, says Ian. Exactly. How is that not a pen? He's come across. He's literally swiped across him. That's a blatant pen if ever I've seen one, says Adam. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm getting called ridiculous on the other side here. I'm getting called ridiculous over here for saying that's a pen. Morocco, pull the ball back, strike! Off the crossbar! Oh, and on the roof of the net from Saibari. And we've gone from nearly having a penalty opening 5 minutes to Morocco nearly making it 2. Wow, what a start. That's a penalty. Please, please. Honestly, it's a great effort and it is going to be a corner, I think, for Morocco. VAR this tournament has been horrific, says Gamer Guru. That is a clear as day penalty. I'm sorry. It baffles me how we're not giving penalties for that. VAR having a shocker. He was deep sea diving, Key, says Rasta. Morocco far post. Oh, flick on. It's going to be another corner far side, I think. What did I back for this one? I think I did back Scotland. Did I? Have I got Scotland in this one? Oh, I don't know if I do. Scotland, Morocco. No, I don't. I don't have Scotland, Morocco. El Khadous is a star, says Robert. He's a very good player, isn't he? Key, the Brazil lineups are out. Cheers, man. I'll have a look at them in a minute. Ball whipped in near post. What a save from Angus Gunn. Oh, lucky boys there. Great effort near post from El Khadous. Flicked on and a wonderful save, that near post from Gunn. Ian says, get Duncan Ferguson on the mic. Need to hear what he thinks about that pen. Fabulous save, wasn't it? Eli now, he's now saying to the referee, listen, I've just had the shirt tore off me here. It's probably a fair point, isn't it, to be honest? If you've got your shirt literally fully ripped apart, how's the referee not giving that as a penalty? Who is it who's got hold of him? Is it McTominay? I think it is. I think it's McTominay. Or is it McGinn? The VAR has been shite in this tournament. I don't understand how the majority of VAR teams can't see what we see. Even in the Prem, it can be mints. It is, isn't it? I think it is. I agree. Morocco in the area. Angus Gunn comes out and claims it. Just needed to let everyone know I've ordered a kebab. Thank you. Nice. Clarke needs to make a change here, says Ian. They desperately need something, don't they? They're just not really able to get through the lines. Every time, look at Scotland, have got the ball now here. But look at the gap. They've gone from having a huge amount of players in the midfield area and nobody up the other end of the pitch to now they've actually got 3-4 bodies around the top end of the pitch. But there's a huge gap between the defence and the attack, which means Morocco are just going to exploit them in transition. Every time Morocco pick up that ball, they're going to be sprinting at that Scotland back line. There's going to be loads of opportunities on the counter-attack here. You can see how Scotland have set up. Look at that. Look at that. There's one Scotland player versus about 4 Moroccans in that midfield area. If a Morocco defender just gets the ball and boots it over the top, oh, there's a counter-attack. I'm telling you. There's a counter-attack coming here. Get on it. Morocco to score on the counter. The old way says, where's the ref from? Uzbekistan, I believe. Sure, he's in Uzbek. They need a midfielder who can put their foot on the ball and advance. I think they need pace in wide areas. We keep saying it to a lot of... I mean, I've been saying it about Liverpool all season. Scotland are desperate for some players to just stay wide. Stay wide. Keep the fullbacks honest. Get Doak out there and try and get him on. Look, that's brilliant play from Lewis Ferguson. Fantastic play. Drives at the fullback as well. Hasn't really got the pace to get past Buadi, and that's got to be a foul, and I think it is going to be a goal kick. Oh my God, this referee's giving nothing. He's giving absolutely nothing to Scotland, but it was a great tackle from Lewis Ferguson, and Buadi has just wiped him out. Oh, he bounces his face off the pitch there, doesn't he? Adam says, should have done everything in their power to get Harvey Barnes to sign over his allegiance. This is it. Imagine a World Cup where Scotland have Harvey Barnes and Doak on the wings. There's pace then, isn't there? There's pace then. Football talks, bye, take it easy, man. Rasta says, respectfully, no one is beating Morocco. Dirty Lead says they've got to make 3 changes to have any chance of getting back into this. Is this ref Moroccan? Australia trash England, says Dylan. Not if they play like they did today against the US, mate. Anfield Vortex, what do you think of Ayoub Bouadi of Morocco? Key, I'd have him at Anfield. No, I don't think so, mate. He's 18 years of age. We need experience. Last thing we need is a young man in the midfield. We've already got a lot of youth in our midfield. I'd quite happily have... I think I'd be more... If you offered me Bouadi... Which player would make a bigger impact in Liverpool's midfield next season? John McGinn or Bouadi? It would absolutely be John McGinn. In fact, even if you said to me, Bouadi or Ryan Christie, which player would make the biggest impact next season? It'd be Ryan Christie. That's the sort of player Liverpool need. We don't need Ayoub Bouadi, who admittedly is a very talented young player. But for 60 million quid at 18 years of age, I don't think he's value for money. And I don't think he's a Liverpool signing, personally. I don't think he's a Premier League signing, not just yet. I think there's a fair few teams will watch him another year more. Give him a bit more time. Cheers, Sarah, thank you. Morocco in the area. Strike. Scotland block it and clear it away. Scotland with 3 points and chasing Morocco by a goal. You'd take this pre-tournament. Exactly. Yeah. It's not a disastrous result for Scotland, this, by the way. It's really not a disastrous result. But it probably is just kicking the can down the road. It's delaying the inevitable, isn't it? They started the game really, really poorly. And you would imagine they'll struggle in the same way against Brazil. I don't see... Does anyone see Brazil dropping points against Scotland? The way Scotland have played today against Morocco? I don't. But Waddy's pass choices are erratic. But that's normal, isn't it? For an 18-year-old kid, it is. It's, you know, you'd expect that. That's what happens with 18-year-olds. They're going to make bizarre choices, odd choices. Dylan says USA don't have no big players. Name one who's made a name for yourself. There's plenty of players who've played really. There's loads of great players who play for the USA. I mean, Pulisic wasn't even in the team today. He was on the bench, and I think you'd be hard pushed to say Pulisic hasn't been a very good player in Europe over the last few years. He's the LeBron James of soccer, after all. But yeah, they've got a lot of good players. Balogun's been brilliant. I think Freeman was fantastic today, by the way. Chris Richards has just won the Conference League with Palace. Tyler Adams just been part of the longest unbeaten run of any side in the Premier League. 18 games and counting. Tyler Adams for Bournemouth. Anthony Robinson, considered one of the best left-backs in the Premier League for many years. That's a very odd thing to say, to be fair, that USA don't have any big-name players. They've absolutely got big players. Tierney's injured. Shocking, yet. Tierney off. Ben Doak on. Here we go. Probably the best thing that could have happened to Scotland in many ways. No disrespect to Tierney. That Doak now has to come on. Pete, Steve Clarke better do something with Pep waiting in the wings. He's made for that job, isn't he? Pep Guardiola in Scotland. He's absolutely made for it. Big last 30 minutes for Scotland. A point here. Secures qualification for sure. Cheers, Robert. Would Xavi Hernandez be a good fit for Newcastle? You've got a manager. You don't need to be looking at managers, do you? Doesn't make sense to be talking about managers for Newcastle, and Xavi's... He's not really achieved anything in the game, to be honest, as a manager. I think if he's ever going to go back anywhere, it might well be that he ends up at Barca at some point. Gio Reyna, yeah, Gio Reyna's another talented boy. They've got plenty of talent, the US, haven't they? There's no doubt about that. The only wings that Pep will be waiting on is a KFC bucket. Cheers, Anfield Vortex. Thank you very much, sir. I think I'm rapidly losing faith that Scotland can turn this around. I'll be honest, it's looking more and more likely that a Morocco goal's forthcoming than a Scotland equaliser. Roy Wegerle. Joe Max Moore. I remember he was actually alright. He was actually decent for Everton, wasn't he, Joe Max Moore? Langdon says some things we can confirm next season will be returning. Arteta out the box, parking the bus, 0-0, shite football, and you've get it, VAR. You've guessed it, VAR mistakes. You think we're going to see more mistakes next season? Almost certain. Thank you very much, Anfield Vortex and Robert. Really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Hakimi with a swirling shot there. Ball not quite as moving around as much as maybe the Jabulani did. Cheers, Robert. Cunha starts for Brazil, says Clips. I think I'm going to watch the Brazil game, but I'm not going to stream it. I think I'm going to leave the live stream for the Brazil one. I am going to watch it though, but I'm not going to stream it. I'm going to give it a miss. I'll be back tomorrow for Netherlands, Sweden instead. It's absolutely boiling hot in here. It's absolutely sweltering. Pleasure to support the Tavern. What a guy. What a guy. It's just sweltering in here. It's absolutely boiling hot, and it's not, from a health perspective, it really isn't wise. It's not wise for me. Maybe for other people. World Cup once every 4 years. Come on, Key. I promise you, mate. Not smart for me. It's not smart for me. I do forget you're standing up, to be honest. No, it's not the standing. It's not the standing. It's not like a physical thing. Like, believe me, I can hack it. It's the epilepsy, mate. It's not wise. It's really not wise. Last thing you want is me breakdancing on live telly. You should do the 2 earliest games each day. Well, I do, but I want to try and do the later ones as well, because you've got to try and condition your body to get to a point where you can do these 2-3 a.m.s. You can do the 2-3 a.m.s, especially given that we're going to have quarterfinals at 2 a.m. and there's a few knockout sort of round of 16, round of 32 games that are at 2 a.m. as well. So I'm going to have to do some. I'm going to have to do some of the morning ones. I've tried to do as many as I can. We did a 3 a.m. the other day. I did a 2 a.m. last night. But it's just so hot in here, and yeah, it's not worth it. So I am going to watch the game. I may even stay up for Turkey and Paraguay, but I'm definitely not going to be able to stream them. Ian, I've been following you for ages and never knew you were standing. Cheers, man. Thanks for that. If you're watching it anyway, though. Thing is, though, mate, watching it and streaming it is a completely different kettle of fish. It's so much different. For a kickoff, I've actually got to set it all up. Like, you know, all the stuff that is in here that maybe you don't see. I've got to set it all up. And that gives off some heat as well, so it's hot in here anyway. And then I've got lights, box lights that kick out heat. I've got this light behind me that kicks out heat. I'm in a big sauna. This schedule is just relentless. Where's your fan key? I've got a fan here. I've got a fan just to the left of me here. I'm hoping it doesn't get picked up on the mic. It's been on for the entire game. If it is picked up by the mic, then it's been like this all game anyway. I know why. You've not got a half-time quiz prepared for it. Oh, you've caught me. You've caught me out. Yourself first, bro. Believe me, I think it's as much to do with I can hear the wife. She's in bed. The wife is in bed with my little girl, but I can hear her. I can hear her on my shoulder here. I can hear her saying, "Don't push yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it, because if you do and you have a seizure live on telly, you'll never live it down. You'll have them Arsenal fans that send you death threats laughing their head off at you." So, yeah, the last thing you want is that happening. So, well, maybe some of you might want it to happen, but I'm going to give it a miss. I'm going to give the Brazil game a miss. I did have it scheduled. I do apologise, but I will be live. We'll do 2 tomorrow. I might even do Ecuador, Curaçao. See if I can make it up to you. I'll do 3 tomorrow. Maybe. Possibly. We're definitely doing the 2. We're doing Sweden, Netherlands, and Germany versus Ivory Coast tomorrow. Those are 2 great games. They're the first 2 coming up tomorrow. Germany, Ivory Coast finishes at about 11 o'clock. Get some fans in there. Problem is, Sarah, they just end up circulating hot air. They're just like it says. It's 26 degrees in here. It's just blowing hot air at me. Scary thing to watch a seizure. Scary thing to have it. Yeah, but I agree. It probably worse. It is actually. My missus says the same. It's probably worse to watch it than it is to actually have it. My mum's epileptic. Oh, right. Well, then, yeah, you definitely know. It's not nice. It ain't pleasant. To be fair, this game is sending me to sleep. 25 to go. Morocco quite happy with their lot. They've got what they need. I don't think Scotland have got the wherewithal to push them back. They're quite comfortable, the Moroccans. They've played really well, in fairness, and I think the second goal, if it comes, just kills the game off as a contest. Cheers, Dan. Put your feet up after this and relax. This game is now discovered as the new version of sleep medication after Arsenal's Champions League performance. Oh, Landon. I like you a lot, mate. Clips Market, have you been having them recently or years ago? No, only years ago. I've not really had a seizure for a long time. Years. Since my little girl was born. So it's a good while, but it never goes away. You've always got the risk, and the risks for me are heat and lack of sleep. And I'm in a hot room. I've not had a great amount of sleep, and blue light as well. So like watching telly or being on your phone or whatever at daft o'clock. So yeah, I mean I'm kind of mashing together all the worst possible things, and it is taking a chance. So I'm going to give it a miss. Cheers, Jelly. Sarah, have it moving from side to side. Do you know what I've got? I have got an aircon unit. I've got an aircon unit in here, but it's dead loud. So I can only put it on before the game. And when you come in, if I put it on before the game starts, before the cameras are on, I can have it so that I come into the room and it feels like an ice box in here. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. The problem is, the room just heats up incredibly quickly again once you turn it off. It's pointless having an aircon. You need to get blue light protecting glasses. Like Kanye. Fully get Kanye ones. Maybe that would be my new bit of, like a new brand image. I'm shocked you still get them. Yeah, no, the Oxford natural stuff doesn't cure epilepsy. I don't think they'd be happy with me promoting that. Get the Mrs. Fan to fan you down and feed you grapes. Craig Doyle, don't risk it. I have family members with epilepsy. That's it, mate. And this is it. The bad ones, if you have a really bad seizure, it can kill you. So, and I've got a family to think of. And imagine if I died and when they said, well, why? What happened? Oh, he had a seizure. Why? Because he felt a bit twitchy and he felt a bit hot. And he tried to push it and watch Brazil versus Haiti till 3 a.m. It's probably not worthwhile, is it? It's just not worth it. So I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do 2 more games tomorrow. We'll have a laugh and we'll have a chat. And you're probably sick of me now anyway, to be honest. If you've not already, it's been sick of me. 2 games back to back, 3 games probably. I think you'd be unsubscribing en masse. Can you remember anything from them? No. You just pass out, hit the deck, start jerking, and you wake up. And the only thing I can say is you wake up and you feel like every muscle in your body. It feels like you've been beaten up. To be honest, it feels like every muscle in your body's been like that, like that, tight and tensing for ages. You got to be very careful with them. My mum has warnings. She goes vacant. Or are hers absent seizures? See, I don't get any warnings. Not really. They just happen. It's what's scary about them, really. It's why it's probably not smart doing these games at daft o'clock. If it just keels over, if I just keel over, then it's just, yeah, there's no warning. I was thinking to myself, probably just the live would just, they'd just be on the shirts. You'd just be on the shirts and you wouldn't even hear anything. I'd just be on the floor. Pretty grim thought, innit, really? She's the same as you. Oh, right, okay. Oh, she's got the grand mals, but she gets the absent seizures as like a warning. Right. I was just say, people have pets and stuff, don't they, for them, where it like gives them a bit of a heads up. Do you drive? Yes. Yeah, I can drive. But again, there's an element of like bit of common sense. Like, I can drive because I've not had a seizure in a very long time. You've got to be, I think it's 2 years. You've got to be free of a seizure before you can actually drive. I've not had a seizure in ages. But I would never, ever, ever, ever drive at night on a motorway, for example. If I was tired, if I need to go out at 3 a.m, I'm getting a taxi, even if the car's on the front. So there's just some things, because again, if I have a seizure while I'm driving, chances are it's not just me I'm killing, and it's that's yeah, I wouldn't. You can't live with that stuff. So you just have to be sensible. If you feel twitchy, if you feel in any way tired, you just don't drive. Certainly ain't lifted the mood. There's probably some people in who would quite enjoy it. Can you drive long distances? Yeah, I used to drive quite a bit. Obviously, I worked in sales, so I was forever driving all over the country. Rob says, how long since your last one? Oh, years. Yeah, 6 years, nearly 6 years. Something like that. I was in Chester outside the LFC shop once and a guy had a seizure on the bench outside. It's sad. It's scary. It is scary. And a lot of people live with them, and I'm very lucky in many ways because people have like 4, 5... Some people have 20, 30 seizures a day. It's bad. Really bad. I'm lucky. I only have them once every few years, but They're called Grand Mals, which are like the worst ones you can possibly have. Grand Mal tonic clonics, and if you have them, they can kill you. So, I think the last one I stopped breathing in as well. Not to, no, keep it light, Key. Keep it light. Come on. Keep an eye on those new features. That I was going to say, mate, thank you. Yes, I was going to say about having a look at that. I saw your email come in. I will have a look. A massive thank you to you for that. I really do appreciate it. I'll have a look when I wake up tomorrow properly, and I'll give you some feedback on it and stuff. And thank you. Really, really helps. Top guy. I was going to say I'd like to send you something. If you don't, I mean, you don't feel like you have to. Even if I don't know if you've got like a PO box or something, you don't have to share anything. But I'd love to send you something as a nice thank you. Yeah, like a bottle, even if it's like a bottle of whiskey or something. I don't know, anything you like to drink or just something nice. I'd love to send you something as a thank you. Maybe some Matchday Tavern merch when I've got it. I've nodded off at the wheel before, never made that mistake again. So yeah, see, this is it. You've got to be very careful. Got to be very careful. This is less light than the red light district. Shows how bad this game's been, Key. Second half's been a bit flat, hasn't it? We've not had any chances. Other than the first 5 minutes where it should have had... I still think Scotland should have had a penalty and Morocco hit the crossbar. That was in the 49th minute. We're now on the 75th and there's been nothing since. Absolutely nothing since. It's been a real stalemate second half. Julia says Scotland goal coming soon. I wouldn't back that. Anfield Vortex, I'd buy some Tavern merch. What about something like this? What about if I got like a tankard like that? Get a tankard, glass tankard with the Matchday Tavern on. Would you have a bit of that? Try and get that on. Maybe get someone's name on it as well. Get names on it, get it personalised. Morocco are in. Big chance. Good defending. Angus Gunn clears it away. Robbo showing here why we let him go on a free. Poor Robbo. I like Andy Robertson. Shahid says, that's fine, Key. Rest yourself and relax. I'm going to sleep after this match. Yeah, let's get an early night. Wake up and we'll see how Turkey-Paraguay got on. I probably will watch the Brazil game, but I'm just gonna try and relax a little bit and switch off. Good merch. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd take a tankard. Okay, a tankard. We'll get some beer mats made up like the ones in the AI in the opening, the intro. We'll get some beer mats and some tankards made up. Hoodie Key as well. Yeah, we'll get hoodies. Why not? We'll get hoodies. Get little t-shirts. Matchday Tavern. Can we get a VAR check on that, please, sir? Not quite an early night, Key. Well, it is for me recently. It was up till 4 a.m. yesterday for Mexico, South Korea, so 20-1's very early. Scuba, tankard, they'd be super. That's it. Let's get tankards going. MDT tankards. Can't do it yet anyway. I've got to hit 1,000 subscribers. When the channel hits 1,000 subscribers, I can open the merch. So we'll see where that goes. Dirty Leeds, it's definitely been one of the worst games of the tournament so far. Great sleep remedy. Scotland, edge of the box. Morocco win it back. It's only 12 minutes to go here. I don't imagine we'll get a huge amount of added time, to be honest. We've not had a massive amount of stoppages, so I think you're probably looking at maybe 5 or 6 at a push. If you do EPL fantasy for this season with the Tavern, maybe a tankard prize. That's fair. I tell you what, I might even do like a merch selection box. If you win, you get the merch selection box, and maybe you get with that beer mat, bar towel, t-shirt or hoodie, whatever. Probably t-shirt, better t-shirt in it. T-shirt, tankard, beer mat, bar towel. Yeah, I like that. That's all right. We'll do that. My son probably hates me for letting him stay up for this. Can we get a check on that, please, sir? Should I send you my address already? Listen, you're getting very cocky and very confident, Rob, with this fantasy league. For the kickoff, you've got to win this first. We'll sort this. I will once we hit 1,000 subs, I will order the Matchday Tavern merch, and we can get amongst it. For a full season win, that would feel a proper title. It would, wouldn't it? Yeah. Maybe. Oh, do you know what would be good? What if I got a Matchday Tavern like engraved, like a fantasy league winner, and you're the winner for that year, and it's fully engraved. I could do that. Let's do that. We'll have a proper like quiz champion for the year type of thing. Oh, yes. Let's do that. This charming Dan, you've nabbed 3 more subs since the last game, so 1,000 subs is just round the corner. And another corner. That's it. Listen, once the new season starts, the World Cup's a bit of a grind. There's going to be 2 or 3 subs every game. Once the new season starts, that's when YouTube will start opening us up a bit more. Till then, let's just enjoy the World Cup for what it is. Owen, is it 1-0, mate? It is. It's Scotland 0, Morocco 1. It's been that way since about 90 seconds in. Morocco scored very early. Then they had 2 or 3 more very big chances. Probably should have put at least one of them away. Scotland lucky to keep it at 1-0. And then in the second half, Scotland came flying out the traps. Should have had a penalty, in my opinion. Morocco then went up the other end and hit the crossbar. Since that moment, in the 49th minute, we have had precisely 0 shots and 0 shots on target as well. Connor Ouahbi is class. It's like a social contagion, this, isn't it? Every time a player gets half decent, that's not a penalty, McTominay. Player has one half decent game and immediately he's class. He's class. Get him. Sort him. That's Jellyfish says that one was a pen. That was less of a pen than the McGinn one. Keep rage baiting us Arsenal fans, big man, and you'll be at 1,000 in no time. Well, I need you to stick in there and give me some... When they come in and start really abusing me, I need you to be the Arsenal representative with Rasta. You and Rasta. He's alright, really. Give him a bit of that. World Cup has been good in here. Far less toxic rival fans. Listen, it's lovely. It's a great environment. What I'm saying is even though all the metrics that they care about, this platform, all the metrics that they care about, click-through rate, how long people stay, like, chat rate, those are the main things. All of them, absolutely bang on the money. Thumbnails, we're getting about 25% on thumbnails. Click-through rate, imagine that. If they show a Matchday Tavern thumbnail to 100 people, there's about 25 of them clicking through to it. That is unbelievable. Goldbridge could dream of that stuff. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Oh, do you know what? That's a penalty as well. That is a penalty. It is. McTominay looks like a Pro Evo default player. He does, doesn't he? He does. He has got that default, Menander look. I'm allowed to call you that. One of my mates is a gunner. Was it always the plan to make a new account for the World Cup? No. Premier League Dad was going to be the home for the World Cup. Premier League Dad, unfortunately, got a bit of a telling off for no reason at all. So we made the new channel. And now Premier League Dad's going to be a talk show. So that'll be good fun as well. We'll have a different type of vibe over there. I've now got to figure out how to actually get people phoning in. That's the next thing. Maybe City of Northville. That's something for you to have a look at next. I don't know if there's any help you can give on that one. But I need to try and find a way for people to be able to phone in. Discord seems to be the way that people do it. But it's a pain in the backside. Trying to find a way for people to be able to call in. Ideally, in a way that minimises trolls. I have to find a way to have like a members only chat. Maybe you have to be a member for a month. Like I'll have memberships at 99p. Something just that gives people, you know, you'd have to sign up to this before you dial in. Oh, big deflection. It's a corner kick. McTominay with the effort. Last 5 to go. To be honest, it might have saved you. It wasn't really dad themed. Now you've got a theme you can plan around. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought I did. When I put Premier League dad, my idea was that it was kind of just a dad. I'm just a run-of-the-mill sort of average guy like everyone else. But there was nothing really dad-wise about it, was there? I'm not, you know, my daughter doesn't come on or anything like that. Header off the corner. Lyndon Dykes is claiming a push. It's never a push, that. Never a push. That'll be doable. Google Voice would allow you to take voicemail too. AI can filter it. Oh, mate. See, do you know what? I've never quite believed in fate. But I think you might just save me an awful lot of time and heartache. But yeah, honestly, I need some sort of... That's kind of my next thing. Once the World Cup finishes, is to have a look at some way that I can get maybe a waiting room, and I can have like this. I can have, you know, dial in if you want to get your take on it. Tonight we're discussing, can Arsenal win the league again? And this, and this, and this. Phone in, get your thoughts in on these subjects. Here's the number. Maybe you need to download an app. Maybe you need to dial in. I don't know. But I'd love to find some way, whether it's voice notes. Ideally, it would be some sort of a... I'd like it to be live, but I think that's probably risky, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for what people say. And you just know that you'll get people phoning in, and you probably can't really air that stuff. It'll be unbroadcastable. They'll say stuff that deliberately hurts the channel, so that's probably not a smart thing. Maybe it does need to be recordings. But even then, you'd have to listen to it beforehand. Pete says, get a mobile, have it on speaker so people can hear the chat between you and the caller. You'd have to have a delay on it, wouldn't you? So that if someone does say something like sexist, racist, homophobic, whatever, I can kind of like, boom, hit the delay so that it doesn't get broadcast. These are all the things you got to think about just because there's pricks out there who'll swear and whatever to try and hurt the channel. So, yeah, got to think about this stuff. Whether or not it's feasible, logistically, practical, who knows? We'll try. We'll have a think about it. But it's all this stuff I need to think about. You don't want to filter all the trolls. I've seen the match reaction videos. People enjoy seeing you wound up. A lot of people came here from there and stayed. That's also very true. It's not that I want to filter the trolls. It's more that the bad trolls. Let's say that. There's trolls and there's trolls, right? Scotland in the area. Chance. Big chance again. McTominay. Bit of wrestling there, but it straight through to Bono. You'll still be getting views on the other channel with me going back to watching your reaction to our playoff games. It's what got me watching your content and I stuck around. Do you do collabs during the season? Our lad one Leeds does it all the time with fans. Do I do collabs? Yeah. I mean, mate, I'll collab with anyone. To be honest, I'm good. I'll chat to anyone. If anyone wants to have a chat, I'll have a chat. Whether they've got a channel of 10 or a million, it's whatever. Great. Yeah, I'll have a chat with you. 3-star. It's going to be a lot tougher with streams with these new online social media laws coming in. See, that's the beauty of this channel, though. See, this is it. I worried about that as well. I did worry about that as well, 3-star, because I was thinking, oh my God, like, if it is, am I just attracting a load of trolls? Is it just like a load of kids coming and giving abuse? It's not. Under 18s make up less than 2% of the entire channel across Premier League Dad and here. Vast majority of people who watch this stuff is like 35 to 55. There's about 12% that's 25 to 35. 35 to 55 makes up about 40% of it. It's the Soccer AM era. It's my age. It's 35 to 50. It's my age. It's the Soccer AM. Grew up in the 90s, 80s, noughties. Started watching football about then. And there's about 15% that's like 55 to 65 plus. But 2% under 18. So it's not a problem. City of Northville, key stays on the right side of laws like that. I'd be in trouble. I can't help but push the button. Being online too long. What's irritating is that I can't sleep, but I thought because I can't sleep, I'd come back on to see how this game has gone. Not surprised. That's it. It's been a rough game, this one, second half, mate. You've not missed anything. Get yourself back to sleep. Soccer AM reporting for duty, Key. Good lad. Scuba, Key, you're doing brilliant. Keep going with your intuition. I can't tell you how much comments like that really do mean, mate, because it's like a lovely comment in a sea of shit sometimes. Most of the time, it's lovely. You guys are absolutely brilliant, but there's a lot of naughty comments that come through on other social media. Jelly says, I love this channel. I love Key. It gets heated, but football debates do, and that's all part of football. Exactly, mate. Surprised how much mature your audience is than Goldbridge, because you can tell he used to be a cop, very boomer coded. Yeah, I was surprised by that. I thought maybe I'd get, I'm very, very young at heart, I thought we'd get a few more of the younger crowd, but evidently not. Evidently they're not interested, and kind of makes sense, to be honest, because it's not clickbaity, is it? It's not really. We don't do the clickbaity, rage baity stuff. So maybe that's why. Ian, I don't go on any other lives and stick around. I love that. That's nice. I appreciate. That's lovely. But again, it's as much to do with you as anyone else, mate. You like. I feel like if you like a chat and you like a conversation, there's people in. I love more than anything else the fact that sometimes I don't look at the chat for like 5 minutes and there'll be full on conversations going on in there between you guys. So it's not even. I'm just on the camera half the time. The stuff going on in the chat is between you guys. It's lovely. At the end of the stream, you all say goodnight to each other. It's lovely. It's a proper nice environment. Mr. Al-Shimari, I feel like there'll be a sting in the tail here. Only found you recently, mate, but I love how you come across on here, mate. Quality, Key. Good lad. Appreciate that. We need a regular Leeds fan in. What's that? 4 minutes to go here, and Scotland are giving the ball away so cheaply. So cheaply. Key's not down with the kids. That's just a vicious rumour. You cheeky so-and-so. Strike. Oh, big save again from Angus Gunn. He's had a couple of chances now. It wasn't Talby. It wasn't. I thought it was El Canoose. It was Talby this time. But a big save. Angus Gunn's made a couple of them today. I think he was offside because he's been given us a goal kick. We'll be here chatting hours before you get. That's it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, and I don't think you get that on many other places. I think you also get a lot of these channels that it's kind of like a. I've seen it, and I really don't, and I hope I never become this. You obviously got to guard against yourself, but I don't think I've ever got the ego to where it becomes like you're a figurehead kind of thing, and it's about the person. I'd like to think you could put someone else, like someone else could do what I do, and put someone else here for the night, and it'd still be a great stream. But anyway, let's focus on the game, because I don't want to talk too much about. We're all great. Look how great we are. Let's lean on. We do that enough. Julius Key, I found your channel at halftime of Sunderland Burnley on the Monday Night Football, doing a halftime quiz. I've come on every day since. Good lad, and we love you for it, Julius. Sunderland Burnley as well, from a Spurs fan. It's great with the Scousers, mate. We've had some battles down the years. Somerville putting Van Dijk on his ass was one of the best. Every other live watch along you go on is carnage. It's a circus, jumping around, shouting. Yep. So forced as well, innit? So forced. 2 to go. Less than 2 to go. And we're on for nearly 1 a.m. I don't remember my first game. Must have been early last season. Well, hopefully there's none. Hopefully it's not your last game anyway. Hopefully you're enjoying it enough that you come back and keep watching games with us throughout the Premier League season. And hopefully, because if it does, if you keep coming back, if you do enjoy it, then you'll keep coming back. And if you keep coming back, then YouTube will show it to new people. And if YouTube shows it to new people, then we get more new faces coming in. The channel grows, and I can do more cool new stuff like giving away tankards. What a ball that is. Morocco are in. Really should kill this off here. Hit it. Oh, just wide of the far post. Last 60 seconds. Good effort, that one. I think I've been here since pretty much the start. You have. I was going to say, you definitely were here before the start of last season, I think, Ian. Just absolutely destroyed a kebab and cheesy chips. Get up, mush. Oh, you dirty bugger. A kebab and cheesy chips at 1 a.m. You ain't sleeping. You're not sleeping for another few hours, you. Either that or you'll be on the bog. Pete, I found Key when England was on and I was bored. He had Bosnia v Italy and never left. Oh, I remember that game. Didn't he? That was the penalty shootout that night, Pete, wasn't it? I think. You can't even have a combo there. It moves too fast. That's something I really hope we don't lose, though. Kind of like to some degree. I like that it's small and somewhat personable. I'd hate the fact don't get me wrong, it'd be lovely if there was millions of people watching. But if there's millions of people watching, then I don't see any of your comments, do I? Anfield Vortex, this is the vibe I like in a live. We're a civilised bunch around here sometimes. Hey, we have our moments. I think it's easy to be civilised during this World Cup, isn't it? Whereby it's whereby we've not got a horse in the race a lot of the time. In this one, what's going on? Full time. Does he give full time? Yeah, there was a claim for a late decision there. Scotland were chasing the ref, but he's give full time, and that is it. Steve Clarke and Mohamed Ouahbi, the Moroccan manager. Steve Clarke saying congratulations. I think he's dignified in defeat there, but probably disappointed, to be honest, with the performance his lads have put in. Key wasn't civilised with me, and the entire chat told him Slot should have been sacked. This is it. This is it. We'll not be civilised when that Premier League season kicks off. You watch, it'll be very uncivilised then. Should have had 2 penalties, Scotland, says Ian. Yeah, 2 penalties for sure. No doubt about that. I think definitely 1. I think Scotland could consider themselves a little bit hard done by not to have got the pen. But they've not... I think the one thing I'd want... If I was a Scotland fan, if I was Scottish and I'd Steve Clarke off the back of these games, one thing I would really want him to take away from this is... They played Haiti. They didn't dominate Haiti. Haiti had a couple of chances. And they scored from a deflection. Tonight, they haven't looked like scoring all game against Morocco. Morocco are a good side, by the way. But they haven't looked like scoring against them. Now, Curaçao scored against Germany. I guess my big point here is, if you're Steve Clarke, I would have to look at Scotland and say, when are we going to start hurting teams? We've got Brazil next week. Are we planning to have a go at Brazil? Are we planning to have any sort of a pop at them? I think it's going to be a really tough tournament for Scotland. And surely they're not just here to make up the numbers. If they get beat by Brazil, chances are that win against Haiti still gets them through to the knockout rounds. But whoever they get in the knockout rounds, they're not going to be any mugs, are they? If you've qualified, they're going to be a decent team, and I just don't see... They've got to start having a go at some teams. They've got nothing to lose against Brazil. Finners Matty, if you guys think I'm going anywhere after this ban comes in, you're wrong. Well, hey, what do you expect when you bring on Lyndon Dyke, says Rob. Good night all, back tomorrow. Yes. Thank you all again for your comments, for your love, I love you all. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. I'm going to be going watching the Brazil-Haiti game now. I'm not going to stream that game. So I will be back for Netherlands-Sweden tomorrow. Netherlands-Sweden, Van Dijk and Alexander Isak. Followed by Germany against Ivory Coast. Florian Wirtz against Jan Diamand, Liverpool's new star winger with a bit of luck. So, it's today now. It is. Sorry, Will, you're right. It is. It's today. It's later today. I will be back for, is it 6 o'clock? Is it a 6 o'clock kickoff, Isak and Van Dijk? I don't know what time that game kicks off. 6 o'clock, it is. So I'll be back at 5:45. I will be back in precisely 16 hours and 43 minutes for Netherlands versus Sweden. If you can do me a favour, if you can like the live before you bugger off, I would be most grateful. And if you can subscribe, if you're new around here, if you enjoy watching this stuff, then I really appreciate your liking and subscribing. I will see you all soon. Have a lovely Saturday. Are we on Saturday now? We are, aren't we? Early hours of Saturday. Enjoy your Saturday, whatever you're doing with it. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow for Netherlands versus Sweden. Take it easy, everyone. Ta-da. Good night.